biggest segment of the market right now is the crossover, and it represents a golden opportunity. On this edition of Test Drive, the fit-based Honda HR-V. The first impression of the new HR-V is one of substance and style. In this regard, it marks a step forward for Honda. In the past, the company has been overly conservative when it comes to looks. In this case, it's the front end and side profile that grabs the onlooker's eye, specifically the way the expressive lines catch and play with the light. As crossovers go, the HR-V is smart. The cabin of this HR-V is very polished indeed, especially if you go with the EXL Navi. Obviously it includes navigation, but you also get all of the power toys and very comfortable leather seating. There is, however, one feature I really did like. Whenever you activate the right side turn signal or push a button on the end of the stalk, you get an image of what's to the right side of the car, right in the middle of the dash. So what's the advantage? Quite simply, it takes less time to look here than it does over at the right side mirror, which means your eyes are on the road where they should be for much longer. The HR-V is powered by a 1.8-litre iVTEC 4-cylinder that's good for 141 horsepower. It's a smooth operator that loves to rev, which is just as well because the 127 pound-feet of torque does not arrive until 4,300 RPM. The good news is that when it does, it delivers peppy performance through the mid-range. Likewise, when this engine is worked at the top end of the rev range, it does not sound overly thrashy. The engine is married to a very good all-wheel drive system and a continuously variable transmission. Now, normally I'd go on a long rant about the vagaries of the CVT. In this case, I'm not going to because it came together very nicely. It is smooth and it's got a manual mode with 7 predetermined ratios. That allows you to use engine braking and it gets away from that horrible motorboating. It all comes together so well, I would take this CVT over the 9-speed ZF transmission that many manufacturers are adopting, Honda included. The rear environment of the HR-V has been well thought through. It's got plenty of room and all the usual stuff. 60/40 split folding rear seats and 1583 litres of cargo space when they're folded flat. But it also has an ace up its sleeve. You can pick up the seat base, lock it in position. Now you can carry a big box right here with the tailgate closed. The HR-V's other likeable trait is the manner in which it drives its way through a corner. Unlike many crossovers which tend to favour the right side too much, the HR-V's suspension and steering make it feel more like a Fit than a CR-V relative. As such, the amount of body roll is limited to a handful of degrees and the steering delivers decent feedback. And once everything takes a set, it holds the driver's line very nicely. This made a mundane drive a lot more fun than is the case with many of its peers. This new HR-V is a city-friendly crossover with family values. It's got good comfort, plenty of convenience, and it's flexible. It all came together so well, it left me wondering about CR-V sales. After all, this thing gives you better fuel economy and it's more affordable.